Hello, this is West Crow, and this is week 19 on the weekly Pagan challenge. Or there's the Pagan challenge, I don't know why I'm calling it the weekly Pagan challenge. This week's question is, how do you feel about group work? Well, when I first started in paganism, I started in a group of friends. We started out with about 3 or 4 of us, and it grew to 8 of us. And those girls I was already friends with beforehand, and at the time they were closer than family to me, so we just really worked well together until we didn't work well together. And when we split up last year high school, I never really worked with anybody else since then. I feel like even if you're doing spells, and I know some people can do spells and they're not an overly spiritual thing, and some people they're a very spiritual thing. For me, they're kind of a spiritual thing, I guess. I mean, I do some really low key, but I don't know, I don't want to be working with somebody and be worried about their energy, so I have to click with them if I'm going to work with them. And so I haven't worked with anybody since. Somebody's energy, if they're off, can throw you off, or you're having to counter their energy if they're a little bit more of a nervous type, or they're just not going in the same direction as you. So yeah, I probably wouldn't work in a group environment unless I really clicked with these people or person or whatever. That said, when you can work with somebody in a group, the energy that you raise up is amazing. You can raise up a lot more energy with a group, especially when you're all clicking and working well together. Much better, much quicker than you can on your own, and you can feel that energy. It's tangible. It's like when you go to a concert. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this and been to a concert, especially when you're down in the mosh pit, depending what type of concert you're in. The energy is, you can almost touch it. It's heavy, it's there, and there's so many people that are feeding into this one moment, and you can almost touch that energy. So group work might not be that strong, but it's a lot, there's something a little bit more there when you're working with other people that are all focused on the same thing. You also tend to balance each other out, I think. Like there's some things as an individual pagan or witch or whatever, that there's some things that you are stronger in, and there are some things that you're weaker in. And the more people you have, hopefully, the more holes you're able to fill there. That the other person might not be so strong in some of the areas that you are, but they're also stronger in some areas that you're not. So like with the coven I worked with, I had one friend who wasn't very naturally strong with her own energies, but she was incredibly intelligent. She was basically our occult encyclopedia. She was super intelligent, very well book learned. And then we had another girl at the other end of the spectrum who was didn't know too much about it. We all basically relied on this other girl anyways, but she was she had a hard time keeping her energies in check a lot of the time. So, and everybody else was sort of somewhere in between. Some people were more inclined towards different elements, like fire, water, earth, air. So we all kind of had our own little niche that we worked with. And that's kind of nice too. So yeah, I don't think I would just randomly work with other people. I might do like a meditation with other people or something low-key like that, but if I was going to do actual like energy work with other people, I think I'd have to really click with them. It would just have to be like the right people and the right personalities, and yeah. Whether or not I'll ever find that, who knows? But I don't really need to. It'd be nice, but don't really need to. Anyways, that's my take for this week. Bye.